With the challenge of preventing the energy crisis that threatened our country in the 1950s, Furnas was created to generate enough energy to supply three main socio-economic centers in Brazil: Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, and Minas Gerais. In February of 1957, President Juscelino Kubitschek signed a decree authorizing the functioning of Central Elétrica de Furnas S.A. The company has, since then, been building and operating thermoelectric and hydroelectric plants and strengthening its position in the national scope. Decades of challenge and victories have followed, from the installation of the first transmission line to the development of the first Latin America transmission system of Itaipu, which used continuous and alternative current of extra high tension. With the construction and operation of the first nuclear plant of the country to generate electric energy, Angra 1, Furnas was made the Brazilian nuclear program viable. But what makes a company assume and overcome so many challenges? With an integrated transmission system Furnas has today, 18 distributing and generating energy companies spread out the south, southeast, north, and central west regions as clients. Present in many states, Furnas has a complex of 10 hydroelectric and 2 thermoelectric plants, totaling more than 9,000 megawatts of energy. Furnas has more than 18,000 kilometers of transmission lines and 43 substations which guarantee the supply of electric energy in a region where 51% of Brazilian homes are located. This represents 65% of the country's GNP. Quality administration practice by the company has already resulted in many international certificates and countless prizes. The formation of the company's technical staff counts on the solid investment of its functional bodies qualification, which allows the achievement of all these projects and transform Furnas into a model of Brazilian electric sector. Once the first challenge was overcome, the company gradually expanded its mission. Its technical quality is already certified by origin. The company assumes its social responsibility and invests in technical, humane projects fighting against the waste of electric energy. Highly focused on educational programs, Furnas believes that education is the only solution to alert the Brazilian citizens in the creation of a more conscientious country. Furnas has been generating energy and citizenship, fighting exclusion and battling for social development of communities where it functions. Furnas is one of the first companies in Brazil to support the initiative through its participation in the Committee of Organizations for the Life That Fights Famine. Conscious of its role as a social responsible company, Furnas has developed hundreds of programs, projects, and social campaigns through the collective incentive of its employees and volunteers. The generation and transmission of electric energy, essential to the social and economic development of a country, invariably provokes environmental interference in a greater or lesser intensity according to the characteristics of each project. Therefore, many programs that are focused on preventing, lessening, or compensating this interference are developed. These programs are concerned with the preservation of the ecosystem, biodiversity, and with the execution of environmental projects regarding its hydroelectric and thermoelectric plants and transmission lines. Furnas Plant, a hydrobiological station, analyzes the quality of water of its dams and induces procreation of the different species of fish to repopulate the reservoirs of other power plants. Furnas has been established in partnership with universities, research centers, non-governmental organizations, and specialized consulting companies. This administration model has constantly improved its work in the environmental area. The company has also made valuable research in historical archaeology. The objective is to recover the assets of previous phases in the construction of hydroelectric plants and transmission lines. During the installation process of hydroelectric power plant in Serra da Mesa at Tocantins River, there was a direct 10% interference of Ava Carvoeiro Indian land. Therefore, effective projects are constantly implemented with the Indians. Activities developed which Ava Carvoeiro Indians were planned together with FUNAI, National Indian Foundation. This was the first project having an infrastructure with interference on Indian land approved by the National Congress. Furnas' vision is to be a company of excellence in the cycle of electric energy, contributing to the well-being of society, the country's technological development, and the complete conservation of the environment. The technical experience acquired in its existing years gives Furnas an elevated degree in professional competence. Recognized as a company of excellence, Furnas is totally capable of rendering management services, developing research and planning activities related to the generating cycle and transmission of electric energy, working separately or together with other companies. The company's performance in this international field has been expanding and consolidating itself in a constant manner by means of consulting and aiding contracts, services, and technical agreements in many different countries. The construction of Serra da Mesa power plant in Goiás State was the first national project accomplished together with the state and private initiative. Another example of its type of partnership occurred with Manso's power plant in the state of Mato Grosso. Peixe Angical in the Tocantins state is the power plant under construction through the partnership of the Portuguese group EDP, which will give more power to the Brazilian generating field. With the adoption of the partnership system for the construction of a hydroelectric power plant, Furnas builds the future. In the Madeira River in Rondônia State, Furnas is researching the viability of a construction of 2 new hydroelectric plants, Geral and Santo Antonio, which will add more than 7,000 megawatts to the Brazilian electric system. The line under construction, Ouro Preto 2, in Vitória, will increase liability of electric supply for Espírito Santo, Minas Gerais, and Rio de Janeiro states. In an auction held at the National Agency of Electric Energy, Furnas is one of the consortium participants that bid the construction and operation service of Monte Claro's line Irapé. Modernize its power plants and maintain the lines of transmission working are the biggest challenge for Furnas. Today, the company's main object is to be leader in excellence in all sectors in which it participates, offering security, well-being, citizenship, and integration to the environment. Furnas is an energy generator and transmission company for the social and economic growth of Brazil.